What's up, you guys? Forrest here with the FoCo Flow Show. Welcome back to another episode where today we are on vacation in Kitty Hawk, the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Brought the fat bike and the surfboard, did a bunch of surfing, but got one good beach ride in. So I thought I might talk a little bit about what it's like, how to mountain bike or bike in the sand using the fat bike. Give you some beautiful scenery as the sun comes up and the surfers are catching some waves. So I hope you enjoy the content. As always, please like and subscribe. Make sure you check out the links below in the description, and make sure you comment if you've ridden out in this area before, or if you've got some mountain biking tips around here, if there's some trail that I don't know about. Please comment below. Otherwise, hope that this stuff is useful for you so you can get out there and find that flow. If you've been following along with the channel for any amount of time, you've heard me say that I actually think the fat bike is the most versatile type of bike available today. I actually did a video about a year ago or a year and a half ago on how to mountain bike in the snow and talked about the benefits of the fat bike there for snow riding. And honestly, there's lots of similarities for biking on the beach in the sand. So this week's video, we'll look at a little ride that I did down in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. Using the fat bike, we'll talk about how to get your bike set up and all of the different ways to maximize your enjoyment for that. So let's hop right into it by looking at the bike itself and what makes it good for riding in the sand. So if you are scoring at home, yes, that's a dude asleep in the lifeguard stand above this picture. But if we zoom in here, we look at the Cannondale Fat Cad 2 and see the sand caked on those big old fat 4.8-inch tires on the front and the back. Similar to snow biking, it's the low tire volume that you can run and the wide contact area of the fat bike tires that allows the bike to stay on top of the medium pack or hard pack sand near the breaking of the waves to pedal on across the beach. Again, the loose, soft sand that you're going to find near the dunes of most beaches, that's probably not going to work. It's going to be pretty arduous to pedal through that and not much fun. But you get to the medium pack or hard pack stuff down there at the bottom, it's super easy to cruise on by and keep your momentum going. Beyond that, it's important to note that plus size tires are a little skinnier. They would probably work just as well. Even a regular mountain bike with 2.5 or 2.4-inch tires would probably work, just not as much versatility for the type of sand it's able to navigate. Beyond that, there's not a whole lot else that makes a fat bike uniquely specific for riding on the beach. Obviously, the geometry that's a little bit less enduro and more comfortable is going to make the most sense for a ride that's not going to have a whole lot of technical difficulty for it. But beyond that, making it as comfortable as you can, platform shoes make more sense rather than being clipped in, but that works too if you never have to put your foot down. But you're going to get a lot of sand and salt and potentially some salt water into the components of the bike, and something to be aware of regardless of the type of bike that you're riding. So let's hop on board for my ride last week in Kitty Hawk and see and hear a little bit of the sights and the sounds as we go. Alright guys, it's 6 in the morning, 6:15. Kitty Hawk, milepost 0. We got the fat bike. Sun was coming up. Cruising underneath the Kitty Hawk Pier. Lots of waves out this morning. Lovers, friends. People are out here
We don't have a whole lot of beach left at high tide. And shockingly, getting salt water up in the drivetrain of a bike, not exactly. I stayed there when I was little, all the time. Here's the sunrise. Pause for a minute here. Taking a little picture, a little video. I kind of want to surf this. I've surfed for 4 days straight, 3 days straight. My legs, my body's on fire. He's up. Oh, you gotta lean into that. After on the road after sunset, got a couple more surfers looking for waves. There she goes. She's gonna dig for it. No, nothing for her. Okay. Cruising. Watching out for the sea turtle. Do not disturb. Beautiful waves today. Almost no wind, so it's glassy. Just cruising on the fat bike.
So you sort of see the vibe here, pedaling on the beach. People are casually walking along the beach, taking pictures of the sunrise, doing some surf fishing. So again, this is not exactly a hammer fest where you're going to reach your cardio threshold, but it's good to get out on the sand to enjoy a beautiful sunrise and to still be able to pedal your bike and create a different experience than what you might see out on the dirt, out in the mountains on a trail.
If you're into surfing, you have to pay attention to if there's a swell in the water of any kind. Be the remnants of Josephine, another low pressure system that had pushed off the coast a little bit before it. So the direction of that swell is east, so a little bit of northeast in it, I think. And then all you really need is wind. And by wind, I mean no wind. Today is almost zero wind on a flag. Or if you're gonna have wind, you need what's called offshore wind. Offshore wind is whatever direction the beach is facing. You want the opposite wind, so it goes off the sand straight into the face of the wave. So this is an Outer Banks, milepost 1, 2. It makes it an east-facing break. So you want west wind and ideally light wind. Even a moderate offshore wind will be just fine. An east wind makes it crumbly and choppy. A northeast wind makes it a washing machine. We've all been to a beach day where this wasn't even worth getting in. It looked like Victory at Sea. That's a northeast wind. Southeast is no good either. Now contrast that with Frisco Beach or the Crystal Coast all the way down in almost just north of Wilmington. Those two beaches face south. So you go around Buxton, you go around the lighthouse, Cape Point to Frisco, that beach faces south. So with that, you need a north wind. Blows out of the north towards the south and right into the face of that wave. But this same east swell, northeast swell, trying to get to a south-facing beach would have to wrap around Cape Point. There's probably nothing at Frisco this morning. For Frisco to fire, you even need a dead south swell, which is harder to come by. Usually with a storm system moving up the coast, near the coast, it will send south swell. Anyways, this is a mountain bike channel. I used to surf in a somewhat previous life. When I covered the Carolina coast as a sales rep. So I did a lot of surfing. And then I got more and more into mountain biking. I did less and less surfing, and now, living in Charlottesville, I get to the beach 1, maybe 2 times a year. And last year when I went, there was no surf, so no surfing. So I first surfed 3 days this week. My body is dead, which is why I'm not surfing this morning. And I am trying to get some pedals in so I can just keep the pedals ready and moving so I can hop back into riding next week and get ready for the SM 100 in, we got 2.5 weeks. Yeah, all right, cruising up to another pier. I don't know, 4 or 5 miles into this. Probably turn around and head back in a little bit. Kill Devil Hills Ocean Rescue. Trump 2020, hooray. Thank you for sharing your political allegiances while I'm on vacation. But hey, you're right, I guess. Do you? There you go. Here is this Snack's Head.
So as we get ready to cruise underneath the second pier of the ride, we are coming up to about maybe the 5 mile, just over 5 mile mark, and on this ride I just turned around and pedaled the 5 miles back. I mean, on the beach, that's basically what your options are. There's not very much mountain biking in terms of trail out on the Outer Banks, shockingly, but there is a few little nature reserves and a refuge, the Alligator River Refuge, that area that they do refuge rides. I haven't done one of those yet, but I'm going to try to do one the next time that I'm down in the area. So again, if you go to the beach, you've got a bike with a lot of tire volume. That's about all you need to enjoy pedaling on the beach. Just make sure you hose that bike down when you're done. And if you get out there together, we can go have some fun, find that flow.